Welcome to Adhiyaman Metric Higher Secondary School, Uthangarai. This video gives you 10th English Unit 7 Prose The Dying Detective Part 2. Part 2 The Dying Detective was written by Sir Arthur Ignatius Conan Doyle. If you will stand there, I will talk. If you don't, you must leave the room, said my master. Here, master referred to Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes told to Watson, if you will stand there, you just stay away out of the room. I will talk, I will speak you. If you don't, if you enter the room, you must leave the room. You just left the room. I don't want to see you. Because why he said Sherlock Holmes, he already mentioned this is a spreadable disease. That's why he say like this. I have always given into Holmes' wishes. Wishes means words. I have always given into Holmes' wishes. What wishes that he followed Watson, but now my feelings as a doctor were aroused. If he friend Holmes as told to Watson just stand outside the home, but he is as a doctor. I was at least his master in the sick room. So as a doctor, I just enter the room and I will check. That is the Watson decided into his mind. Holmes, I said, you are not yourself whether you like it or not. So Watson started the conversation to Sherlock Holmes, what he said, you are not yourself whether you like it or not. If you like me or not, that is not a matter. I am a doctor, I am not a friend in the now this situation. So I as a doctor and enter the room and come nearby you and I will check you. I will examine your symptoms and treat you. I will examine your symptoms. So what is the symptoms? You had it, so I just check it and treat what is the medicine what give you. So you should allow me as a doctor. Sherlock Holmes replied, if I am to have a doctor, said he, let me at least have someone in whom I have confidence. Then you have none in me. So Sherlock Holmes replied, okay, if you want to check me, I give you one suggestion. What's the suggestion? Let me at least have someone in whom I have confidence. So please let me another doctor I have whom some in confidence, because you are a normal doctor, general practitioner. You are not specialist for this disease. So you can't to check me. So you just bring me another doctor. That is the line. Let me at least have someone in whom I have confidence. So I have some confidence about some other doctor. So you don't come to near me. Watson is really surprised and shocked to ask this question. Then you have none in me? You have none in me means you have no confidence in me. I am not check you in properly. Then Sherlock Holmes replied, in your friendship, you are my friend, certainly sure, but facts are fact. Fact means a truth. What is the truth? You are a general practitioner. General practitioner means general doctor, not a specialist of this disease. So this is a kind of disease had attacked me. So you just come to the a proper doctor, you are a general practitioner. That is the explanation of Sherlock Holmes to Watson. If so, and followed, he just added some words. Sherlock Holmes, what Sherlock Holmes said, let me bring Sir J.P.R. Meek or Penrose Fisher or any other best man in London. So you are a general doctor, so you just bring me a two doctors name. The Sherlock Holmes suggested Sir J.P.R. Meek or Penrose Fisher. They are the best doctors from the disease in London. How ignorant you are, Watson, he said with a groan. Groan means pain. So my friend was not agreed with me as a doctor from this disease. He just disappointed. Watson is disappointed and said the word how ignorant. How ignorant means not an educated man. So you are just you like a not educated man. Why you not believe me? He just asked. Then Sherlock Holmes explained why he have no confidence about his friend. What do you know about Tarupanalli fever or the Black Formosa plague? Do you know about anything Tarpanelli fever and Black Formosa plague? Do you know that? I have never heard of them, I admitted. Watson suddenly admitted, accepted, I don't never heard. I don't know about the fevers. So Sherlock Holmes explained that is the fever I have attacked. That's why I want a specialist doctor. You just go and bring me, right? There are many problems of the diseases. Then explain Sherlock Holmes where the disease comes from and how he attacked it. This is the paragraph. There are many problems of the diseases in the east side. Yes, this story is consist of Scotland. In Scotland, the direction of each side is Sumatra Island. So that here he mentioned in the east side. I have learned that much during my recent researches. So I have researched something and investigation something cases. So then only I know this is come from the east side Sumatra Island, the name of Formosa plague, and during this course I caught this illness. When I researched, investigate that, so I caught this illness. He said, he just explained this is an most deadly and contagious. So you are a general practitioner. Please bring me the specialist. So that is the reason. And then Watson, so he now understand all the explanation. Then he asked, I will bring Dr. Ainstree. Then I said, going towards the door. Then already Sherlock Holmes uh, mentioned two doctor names, Penrose Fisher and then Peak, sorry. So they, and then now Watson suggested a doctor named Dr. Ainstree. Never have I had such a shock when a dying man bolted the door and locked it, shouted in an uncontrolled way, and in a moment he was back in his bed. I just entered the room. Sherlock Holmes' room, I just entered. He was surprised. Watson was surprised. What had happened? Never have I had such a shock when the dying man bolted. Bolted means just get up at the door unlocked. He just come and unlocked the door inside, shouted in an uncontrolled way. He just shouted in a different manner. I can't understand what was going on. In a moment he was back in his bed. He just get up and close the door inside, and next go to the bed. You won't have the key by force. He just locked inside and take the key. Sherlock Holmes told, you won't have the key by force from me, Watson. You can't take my key. Watson, be here till 6 o'clock. Now time is 4. It is 4 now. Now time is 4. So when the time is 6, you just that time you go to bring the any one of doctor, he said. But Watson here confused. Students, let's understand this space. Watson really didn't know the different approach of Sherlock Holmes. He just wait for that 6 o'clock. This is madness, Holmes, I said. So suddenly he replied, Watson replied, this is madness, really. I can't accept you this like. Then Sherlock Holmes continues, only 2 hours, Watson. Now time is 4. Then you can get a doctor of my choice. So here already we mentioned three doctors, but after 2 hours you can get only a doctor of my choice. You can read some books. If you feel bored means you can read some books over there. At 6 we will talk again. So wait the 2 hours. After 2 hours we will talk again. So Watson was confused why Sherlock Holmes doing like this. Unable to settle down to reading, I walked slowly round and round, looking at the pictures. Finally, I came to the mantelpiece, where, among other things, I saw a small black and white ivory box with sliding lid. So Watson in confusion stage, so he nothing felt what we doing, so unable to settle down to reading. I walked slowly round and round. So he just walked here and there, looking at the pictures. There are some pictures on the table. Finally, after 1 hour, he just near the mantelpiece. Mantelpiece is using the fire inside of the room by warming ourselves. So it's looking in a different type of Firework make made by inside the room for warming yourself in the winter situations. Yes, that is a mantelpiece. Finally, I came to the mantelpiece where, among other things, so many things are there. I saw a small black and white ivory box. So there is a box, it's a kind of ivory, in elephant, ivory box with a sliding lid. Lid means cap. Sliding means just easily can open and close with a moving cap. Okay, moving lid. So I just saw that. As I held it in my hand to examine it, I heard a dreadful cry. Put it down, down at once, Watson, he said. I hate to have my things touched. Sit down, man, and let me have my rest. Suddenly, enough some interested, he just take the box. Watson take the box into hand and examine it. He just saw that what is the different type of box. So when he take the box, Watson heard a dreadful cry. Dreadful means one of a different kind of cry. The Sherlock Holmes asked, what is said? Put it down, down at once, Watson, he said. I hate to have my things touched. Yeah, I didn't like to touch my things, so just you put it down. Holmes replied, sit down, man, and let me have my rest. So please give me have some rest. So don't touch my things. So I hate you. So please don't my touch. Sherlock Holmes replied, and really Watson confused once again. Then he didn't walk here and there. I sat in silent dejection. Dejection means here sorrow or sad. So one of my friend Holmes, why he behavior like this, he didn't know nothing. So that is the thing. That like of thinking, he just sat silently until the stipulated time had passed. Stipulated means the boring time has passed. So the 4 o'clock is turned into 6 o'clock. And now Sherlock Holmes talked with Watson. Now, Watson, he said, have you any change? Have you any change? Here, change means money. You have any money? Watson replied, yes. I replied, how many half crowns? You have how many half crowns? Put them in your watch pocket. So, if you have any change in your shirt pocket, mean you just take out that and put it into the watch pocket. Watch pocket is like of coat pocket. You just put it down, and all the rest in your trouser pocket. If any other you have change means take all this and you put into the trousers and pants. You will light the gas lamp, but it must be off on. So the first work, the Sherlock Holmes instructed you to you take all the coins in the packet, and then you just put it into the watch and watch pocket and then trouser pocket. The lamp is now is not lighting. You just light that and keep the light is off. Okay, not a full light. You just off light. You will have the kindness to place some letters and paper on the table within my reach. Now place the ivory box on the table within my reach. So the table is far off. The far means there is the table, and Holmes instructed Watson, you just bring the table nearby me and place some letters are there and take the ivory box and just placed in nearby me. These instructions are confused Watson what he will doing. So you just take the pocket into my pocket and the light is off. Off means not a full light, off brightness. And then place some letters means some papers, and then ivory box nearby Homes. He just confused all the things. Slide the lid a bit with the tongs. Now Holmes instructed you with the using of tongs. The tongs means one of a instrument using to take some hot materials without touching the hand. So that is the tongs. Put the tongs on the table. Good. Now you can go and fetch Mr. Culverton Smith of 13 Lower Burg Street. So now time is 6. So thanks for doing all the things, letters and lamp the lights and coins in your pocket and ivory box to nearby me. So thank you for all the things. Now you go to fetch means bring here, bring Mr. Culverton Smith. So he is the doctor I want. Suddenly Watson replied, I was hesitant to leave him now. He was delirious. So he was hesitant. Hesitant means not ready to go, because he leave him now because he is in dying condition, doing different actions, different kinds of action. Then how I leave him now alone? He was delirious. He was confused. I have never heard of the name, I said. Suddenly Watson replied, the Mr. Culverton Smith, I never heard such the name. So where he is? Just he asked Watson. Well, he is the man. The man refers to Calvert and Smith, who has the knowledge of this disease. So, this kind of disease, he is the only man. He is the dog. He is the only man know about the diseases, but he is not a medical man. But he is not a doctor. He is a planter who plant the chaplings. He lives in Sumatra. Oh, he lives in Sumatra. This disease come from the Scotland. So he is the only man know of the disease. So you just go to the Mr. Culverton Smith and bring me quickly. Right now visiting London. He is now visiting in London. You just go and bring me here. I didn't want you to go before 6 because you wouldn't have found him in his study. So let's understand why I want to go you at the time of 6, because now he is in his home. You if 4 o'clock you went to his home means he just out of home. So that's why I am told you. I hope you will be able to persuade him to come. You will tell him exactly how you have left me. He said you must tell him that I am dying. Plead with him, Watson. So you go to tell me if he not ready to come to check me means you just told about my condition in dying condition once again. So please bring him for my disease to he is the one of the man to check my disease. Thanks for watching part 2.